everyone. So happy to see all of you. I'm Priti Karandikar. I head marketing and communication at Magic Bus. Welcome to the Giving Hour. We are so excited to talk to you about the importance of giving in the Indian society, how we have always had the giving DNA for many, many years in all of us. But what it really means to give, what does meaningful giving mean, and how can we keep continuously giving back to our society and to our amazing country? Welcoming Latha. Latha is the head of CSR and ESG at Dell Technologies. She's been working with Dell Technologies and managing this amazing portfolio from over 13 years. And I can't tell you how happy I am to have her and to host her on this conversation and learn a lot about what it really means to give, what can we do to ensure that we keep giving in a meaningful way. Welcome, Lata. So happy to have you on this podcast today. How are you doing? Are you
Thank
excited
you
to
so
talk?
much. Thank you so much, Preeti, for having me here. Absolutely excited for the podcast. Thanks to Magic Bus for inviting me for this first ever podcast. Very excited, Preeti.
Thank you so much for coming on the platform. We are really excited to have you, and we're going to have really engaging, interesting, and a long conversation about the importance of giving in your life as well as your teams, your organization, and what really is the ethos of Dell Technologies that you bring on table. To start with, Lata, I have a question for you is could you start by telling us that what has been your journey with Dell Technologies and what really inspired you to be in this space from last 13 years? How what motivates you?
Sure. Thank you. Thank you for having me here and for this wonderful question, Preeti. So, yeah, my journey with Dell Technologies started 13 years ago, and honestly, it never felt like a traditional corporate job to me. I joined for a role here, but I stayed because I found purpose, right? Very early on, I realized that Dell isn't just a technology company, it's an organization that asks, how can we use who we are to make this world better, right? And that resonated deeply with me. So I've always believed in one simple philosophy, Preeti: do what you like and like what you do, because happiness fuels excellence. And ESG and community work gave me exactly that sense of happiness, meaning, and impact, right? I didn't step into volunteering, but I just evolved into it. And that is very satisfying for me. So seeing the difference we can create in our with our time, our skills, and empathy kept pulling me closer to this space. And over the years, that purpose became the constant thread for my career, Preeti. And thanks for this lovely question.
How inspiring! This start is really positive today. I must say. Let me actually, it takes me to the next question that I really wanted to ask you, which is, you have been in this space for last 13 years. Um, you just spoke about purpose driven work. Just spoke about it's not, of course it's a role that you're performing, but you really love what you do what you love. um, it's always little more than what it is, right? More than the role. And
Yeah,
what does it mean for you personally when you say that? Because just to be honest, a lot of us say that, right? But what it what it means
true.
actually at the back, that's what I would like to know.
Yeah, absolutely, Preeti. And often people ask me this question: 13 years, Lata, in one company, but how? So for me, it is simple. Purpose evolves, and Dell allows me to evolve with it. So, what keeps me going with this is The freedom to do or build meaningful programs, the trust leaders place in me, and the energy I get from working with the diverse communities, the people, right? And from hearing from the hearing impaired, the youth, the women entrepreneurs, the school children who are dreaming big, right? But I'll tell you the real secret, right? The young generation keeps me grounded and inspired. I'll tell you why. Recently, I'd organized science fair for the children, right, from grade 5 to grade 9. And I was blown away by their ideas, not just me, but all of them who were around me, our volunteers, our leaders, because one group had built a model of a car that detects if the driver is drunk, and another had developed a sensory glass for the blind. So every time there is an object, it will beep. And someone had created an automatic cyclone alert system for the villages, like we had recent cyclones in the northern area of Andhra Pradesh and certain areas in Telangana. So every problem we adults discuss, right, whether it is climate, safety, accessibility, these kids already had solutions, right? And that experience reminded me that purpose isn't owned by any age group, it is shared, and that keeps me going, right? So I think my passion also goes hand in hand with the kind of knowledge and the innovation that I see in these young minds. So I think that is one thing that keeps me going.
Very brilliantly put. I think I am resonating so much to everything you're saying because at Magic Bus, as we work with young people and the young minds, and there is tremendous scope, tremendous knowledge, tremendous creativity that is filled in the minds of these young people, right? And as we speak, end of this year, we will be empowering about 4 million young people and about 350,000 youths in training. um, I always say that it only is making Magic Bus and all of us rich every year with so much knowledge and so much enthusiasm and energy. So I absolutely agree with you. Very well put that there is so much shared purpose, and I personally feel it's a great partnership between the underserved communities, between those who are not able to have those opportunities or have those
Absolutely.
exposures, and
And
between
I
the
think
and those who have the privileges, right? So the partnership totally makes a beautiful
so
valuable outcome, right? So yeah, you're saying something.
absolutely. So we are just the enablers, right? We give them the platform where they can exhibit their talent. So that is what I keep sharing, that we are just the enablers, and they are the future.
Absolutely. So, since we are talking about partnerships, I must say that we find ourselves extremely lucky to have a partner like Dell Technologies and an ally like you. An advocate who's always have believed in what we do, and you know, I, we are lucky and we are really excited. We've had this partnership in this year with Dell Technologies and yourself. Would you tell us a little bit about our Magic Bus and Dell Technologies partnership in your own words?
Yeah, absolutely. So, like, I would like to describe this partnership between Dell Technologies and Magic Bus as a purposeful collaboration built on trust, shared values, and genuine intent to create long term impact. Right? Supporting rural communities has always been an organizational focus for Dell Technologies and us. But the bridge that truly made it possible was Magic Bus. They helped us not just identify opportunities, but they also made us understand the communities at a deeper level, right? So I'll share a short story here. Like, My first conversation with Monica, who is from Magic Bus, she leads the CSR for a Magic Bus and my go-to person, I must say, was actually about something very simple, right? I just had a conversation with her saying that okay, we need to do planting more trees as part of 1 million trees mission, which I'm sure I will talk about it further in our conversation. But when we visited the Kamaram village, right, everything changed. Our experience, everything, right? Like we met the forest officer, the Gram Panchayat, and spent time talking to the people in the village. What touched me was the warmth we received, their openness, their hope, their trust. It made me realize something powerful, right? We've done so much in the cities, and it's time we make difference where it's needed to most, and that is the rural communities. So that's how the idea of Village Vikas was born. When I shared this initiative with our leaders and volunteers, right, it didn't just sound interesting, it felt very promising. And like something, our teams really wanted to be part of. And one thing I would say, the minute I sent this communication, okay, we have a volunteering opportunity with Magic Bus at Kamaram Village, like within no time, right, I had volunteers register. I didn't even had to send another communication for reminding people, okay, register. And I think that is what people were looking forward to. Right, I'm very very thankful for this collaboration with Magic Bus. And actually it didn't stop there. So we gathered more volunteers, returned to Kamaram village, spent a full day with the community. The connections that we built in that day showed us that this is just the journey has just begun, and there's a long road ahead, but we are in it wholeheartedly. That is what I'd like to share.
What a brilliant story! And this example, I really want to appreciate yours and Dell Technologies leaders and all employees, because there are not a lot of organizations who are able to get out of the system and go into the communities and really look at the grassroots challenges.
Correct.
So that is, and I think the proof of the pudding is in that when you experience and a situation like that, which is outside of your environment, it brings in a very different level of engagement, and also desire to really help those who really need it. So applauding to all,
Like,
all
so Preeti,
employees.
I'm born and brought up in Bangalore, so I've never had the experience of going to a village. And I actually want to share one more moment which will stay for me, with me forever. Is the first meeting that I had. There were two very elderly grandmothers, who had come. So we had organized this health camp, for all the Kamaram village people out there. So we had this two grandmothers who came, who spoke to me with so much affection. Right, it felt like I had known my own grandmother. Right, she just spoke to me like she would talk to her granddaughter. So one of them held my hand, spoke to me like I was her granddaughter, and it was definitely emotional for me because I've never had the chance to spend time with my own grandmother, and the warmth is something I'll carry that forever. That's the beauty of, I think, rural communities. Their love is very simple, unconditional, infectious, and very genuine. Right? I think that is one thing that touched us a lot. So it's not just about me, but I think a lot of us um, got that feeling. A lot of my colleagues also got an opportunity to go visit, talk to the people, and get that experience. So that was definitely possible because of the collaboration.
Thank
between
you
the
so
Dell
much for
Technologies.
sharing this. Thank you very much for sharing this. I think this is the example, the real example of, um, you know, when you say I want to give, what does it really mean? And when you want to really give it meaningfully, communities are so accepting, and they are so inclusive, that it creates a long lasting memory. And thank you very much. And I'm actually thinking that how this must have been transformational, not just like for all of you, of course, but also those who are in the community, where they feel supported, where they feel, united in one mission, which is a holistic development of that village. So what a beautiful story. Coming back to this specific project of million trees that Dell Technologies have taken up, we would love to hear. I think it's a brilliant project, it's a great idea. And I know that you all have been executing it brilliantly as well. But if you could tell us a little bit more about it, it would be really, really helpful.
Absolutely. Thank you for that question, Preeti. So, the Million Trees project is very close to my heart, partly because I am a nature lover, and gardening has always been one of my favorite hobbies. Okay, so this journey began in 2019, and today we have a large group of passionate volunteers, across pan India at Dell Technologies, working tirelessly to make this mission a reality. So we already have planted about 750,000 saplings across pan India, in various regions. And in Hyderabad alone, we planted in Nehru Zoology. In fact, on Monday we had a plantation at Nehru Zoological Park where we planted close to about 2,000 saplings. So we have done plantation in Gatkesar, in agriculture universities, Boingir, and now, with the help of Magic Bus, we're exploring Mulugu forest areas. So it was definitely heartwarming to meet the forest officer at Mulugu, who has given us. Has given us a commitment that we will be able to fulfill this. So we target actually to finish this 1 million tree plantation by end of 2025. Fingers crossed, hopefully we will do that. So this inspiration came from simple but powerful question, right? What legacy do we want to leave behind for our younger generation? Right, planting million trees is not just about carbon storage. It's more um, regenerating the ecosystem, supporting the biodiversity, helping farmers, and ultimately giving future generation cleaner and a healthier air. I mean, we often, are listening in the news about, the kind of pollution Delhi is struggling today with, right? So even before we get to a situation where we have to buy oxygens, where I was just scrolling through a reel, and I just saw that, okay, they are selling oxygen cylinders for 50 rupees in Delhi. So that's definitely a very, very sad story, right? um, and that is not what we want to leave impact for our younger generation. And this moment works because it's a community effort. Dell employees, families, partners, NGOs, local authorities, schools, everyone plays a role. And as individuals, I think each of us need to be mindful about what we are doing, with our mother nature. And my favorite part about watching volunteers is, not just volunteering, but also getting their children doing plantation drive. And that is where I know that we're building a project where we are building a culture of environmental um, responsibility, that outlasts with all of us together as a journey. So I think that is what is all about. The purpose of this military mission that Dell Technologies uh, trying to fulfill by 2025.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you so much for giving us this background. But that brings me to a very important question, because those who are listening in the space of corporates who are doing employee volunteering engagement activities, um, more many times it's not easy to get out of office, or really there is so much coordination. There are a lot of operational challenges that I'm sure you've been championing from last 13 years. There are various other platforms that you do some volunteering online, you do some volunteering where your office area is, but this going to a village or going to a forest or going to an area which is really needy, and to be able to really create that impact. How do you manage such operational, such mammoth task? If could you give us some guidelines, some secret to all those who are watching? And and also, I'm humbly requesting those who are watching to really take that plunge and go in the communities, go to the areas where you're making the difference, because that experience is going to last forever in your lives. So I would request you to talk a little bit about some of the operation challenges and really, uh, give us some secret sauce, give us some ideas.
Yeah. Okay. So definitely, Preeti, there is definitely all kind of challenges that we go through. Whether it is getting people together, whether working with the same intent, same mission. Um, you know, um, you know, I think one word to all of this is the people. Dell employees genuinely want to give back, and that is what I see in people. Again, simple example, right? Like I said, Monday I had a plantation drive at the zoological park, and I was looking for only about 50 volunteers. And within, I think, about 4 hours, as I sent the communication to Dell Hyderabad side, within, I think, 4 hours, the form was full with 120 volunteers. So I get a call from the authorities saying that, okay, Lata, we wanted only 50 because of couple of operational challenges they had, right? Because Monday is generally a holiday at the zoo. And so I quickly, sent a mail to all the, rest of the folks who had signed up that we definitely have more opportunities our way coming forward. And I had to send one more form to have the first 50 only. So another, in next 1 hour, we had the 50 fill another form. So I think it's genuinely about what Dell employees want to give back. And it is part of who we are. And the beautiful thing is that the organization doesn't just encourage it, it actually enables it. And that is what I was just talking earlier as well, right? Dell gives us the platform, the resources, and the freedom to turn ideas into real impact, right? We've had incredible employee resource groups that have led high impact volunteering. We have had leaders who believe in purpose driven initiatives, and they stand behind us as pillars of strength, of whatever hiccups, whatever we get, right? For me, at least, I definitely get the support of the leadership team here. And we have a culture where giving back is not just appreciated, it is actually celebrated. So we offer volunteers, uh, like we offer them opportunities, not just I mean, that can fit in everybody, right? Whether it is digital volunteering, on ground activities, skill based support, term based engagements. So I run different flagship programs, whether it is to do with STEM education, girl empowerment programs, digital literacy programs, donate a meal program. So we are associated with even Akshay Patra, where we donate meals to millions of students in a year. And we also work with the special kids, right? Whether who have challenges with hearing impairment, or whether it is autism. So we have different organization associated with us who give our team members opportunity to uh, do different kinds of volunteering that interests them. So, but honestly, beyond all the systems and structures, what makes Dell special is the shared belief we all carry. Technology is powerful, but humanity is transformative, right? So that's the belief, that fuels everybody who are in the ESG space. And if I have to talk a little bit more about, Dell's larger vision. So our moonshot goals under the 2030 plan is that advancing sustainability, right? So, for example, if we have to talk about the military project, or whether it is the rural village Vikas program, right? So this all resonates with our Dell's mission, that it is advancing sustainability, cultivating inclusion, working with special kids, transforming lives, which is where the rural development program comes into picture, and upholding the ethics and data privacy. So, what I love is that there isn't, these are not just, corporate statements, they are the living goals, guiding us how we design programs, how we volunteer, and how we show up to our communities every single day. So, that's what makes Dell's culture of giving back not just strong, but truly meaningful. So, I know I had a long answer, but yeah, that is the true essence of ESG at Dell Technologies.
Superb, superb. Long and extremely, extremely meaningful answer. We have so much to learn from what you just told us. As they say, that culture eats strategy for breakfast. But if you don't have culture in the system, you can throw as many corporate jargons, as many words at people. If you
Very
don't
true.
live and breathe the the ethos, and if you don't yourself believe in it and act upon it, it's absolutely of no use. So, a couple of things that I learned, and I'm sure all our listeners have learned, is first of all, you have champions who are holding this great space for you, and you have such great shared voices in your team who also feels and believes in the shared vision. So, it's important to create champions, like-minded people who are in the space. We also learned from you today that you need to be impact focused, because just going and doing something is not
Yeah,
desirable.
absolutely. True.
Yeah, one has to really think that my action, how is that driving an impact, even to an individual, like even one person. How is that going to be a long lasting impact in the minds of, or the lives of these community and the underserved world? That's one more thing that we learned from you. And everybody has to be so purpose driven, and so much in the space where, while technology is powerful, but humanity also comes first in the whole space. And how
Correct.
both technology and humanity can become partners, and build the Vikasit Bharat by 2047 together, to become the most developed country. Great conversation. Thank you so much, Lata. It has been my pleasure and Magic Bus's pleasure to have you on board. We're very excited about what's in store with Dell Technologies and with you and your team. I must say, you're such a pleasant personality to speak with, and your smile and your ease of conversation. Really, I really enjoyed this conversation today. And I hope those who are listening will also enjoy and learn. and take some of out of this conversation. Um,
Yeah,
would you
thank you
like to
so much,
come?
Preeti, for this conversation and being with me. So, if there's one message that I want to leave behind, is right, like I started my conversation with that, like, do what you like and like what you do, and stay connected to what gives you joy. Right, the end of the day, that is that's what matters. And because when your heart is in the right place, your impact naturally, multiplies. And together, as individuals, as organization, and as communities, we truly can create the change that lasts an impact. And that is what I believe in.
Absolutely. Love what you do what you love, and you'll always ensure that there will always be impact, there's always be joy, and there is always going to be amazing giving hour that you will have, for sure. So, thank you very much. Signing
Uh,
off from the giving hour. Lata, you've been wonderful.
Thank you so much,
Always
Preeti.
always too amazing to speak to you. And I'll continue to speak to you very, very soon. Thanks a lot for joining this conversation and looking forward to meet you all
Thank you
soon.
so
Bye
much,
bye.
Preeti. Thank you. You have a lovely day. Take care.
You too. Bye bye.